Yeah, we're going all three here. We're going live. So, it's going to be kind of fun. This is my first time going live with all of it, right? And we're going to see what's going to happen from here. So, let's get onto YouTube real quick. So today we're going to go over, One Piece, right? So, did Sanji betray did Sanji intentionally betray the Straw Hat crew? So, Sanji betrays Luffy. Let's take a look. So, see, can we get this in subtitles? Let's try dub. Let's see what happens with that. Well, we'll go with this after the advertisement. So let's go with this. So as you see right here, Sanji is pretty much trying to do everything he can to discourage Luffy from not saving him, not following him anymore. So, but Luffy has this strong will. He has this strong will to all of his crewmates and his friends and everything, and he looks out for them in the best way possible. And that's one of the best things about Luffy. You know, it's just an awesome thing with him. And this is why Luffy's one of my all-time favorite characters. He's in probably my top 3 favorite characters of any show, anything in the world. Luffy's just dedicated to get Sanji back. He wants Sanji to be a part of his crew again because he views Sanji kind of just like a friend and a family, right? So Sanji really goes hard in the paint on that one, right? He basically, he really meant business on that. He truly does not want Luffy following him around anymore. So he put a power move on him as hard as he could. And as you can see right here, Sanji feels very guilty. He feels very, very, very guilty right now. And it's just something he didn't want to do. And he knows he had to do it. It's like he had to commit violence against his own friend, his own captain, his own crewmate, because he wanted to protect them. It's one of those nuanced kind of things. Yeah, you see right here, Sanji really, really, really does not want to leave Luffy, and he feels horrible about what he did. See, Luffy finds this big responsibility. He not bad choice of words. Luffy finds this sense of purpose for Sanji, not just as a cook, but his friend too, his big friend. And thanks for tuning in, Mr. Bubbleguts on Twitch. Appreciate that. So, look at that, right? Luffy's commitment to Sanji. Luffy flat out says he's not going to eat anything ever again unless it's cooked by Sanji. He will starve to death, everything. And pretty much Luffy ends up going on a hunger strike in a way. This is something that made Sanji realize like he had a purpose with the crew, and he hated everything he had to do with what just happened right now, with where he basically told he had to harm Luffy to tell him to get lost in a way. And it's a sad part. Sanji! He can't become king of the pirates until Sanji comes back. Right there shows that Luffy views everyone in his crew as equal, as his friend, as someone who is a part of him. And he doesn't want to go on this journey without Sanji. And it's just something to think about. He really does not want to leave Sanji. Luffy essentially has this whole vision with how he's going to do things. And he wants all of his crew members to be with him. And you got to understand, Luffy's one of the most selfless types of people in all of anime. He cares a lot about his crew. They go first before him. And this is what he's going to do. He's going to become king of the pirates, but with his whole crew. Let's go to the next one. Let's look at this right here. This is going to come from Crunchyroll. This is the whole fight scene. Luffy's so I know we saw little bits and parts of it in the last video we just watched and went over. This is where Luffy is taking a massive beating because he is proving to Sanji that he's going to stay, and basically he wants Sanji to be a part of the crew. Again. Also, I do not own any of this. I own nothing, okay? Please don't copyright me. And as you see, Nami is not happy with this whole thing too. She hates seeing this.
I'm only gonna say this one last time. No.
Because Nami as well would, more than anything in this world, would love to have Sanji back on the crew. But if you think about it, Luffy's being selfless, but in a way, Sanji's being selfless too, and we're going to go over that. So yeah, we have that right there. Let's watch part 2 of 2. So basically, Nami is pretty much confused about the whole thing on why this is going on, and Luffy's pretty much confused too, because Sanji's not explaining the real reason, because he knows that the second he explains the real reason, his crew's going to come after him and try and save him. Which is a common characteristic of the Straw Hat Pirates. They're all selfless. They all care for one another. So this is essentially what keeps them all together and what helps them succeed in their missions and their adventures. They have this great sense of teamwork, and this is basically their bread and butter to becoming a strong crew. 2 videos ago, And wow, all that cake looks amazing, by the way. Anyways, Luffy's not gonna budge. It's not happening. Yeah, he's gonna stay there the entire time. Not happening. Look at that. So powerful. Luffy's eyes just turn pure. And the thing is, you already know Sanji wasn't proud of that, right? It was just... Let's check it out. So, we'll check this one out. Sanji's bento, One Piece.
Glycol has a 97%
Hold on.
customer
Let's
satisfaction
get rid of
rating.
this.
Wow.
Our cats just love great customers, sir.
So, remember how we went over Luffy wasn't going to eat any type of food ever unless it was made by Sanji. This is it right here. This is it where he's not eating any kind of food. Luffy is. Look at that. Luffy literally has no energy right here. He is done for. He would have zero energy to fight. And we all know Luffy's energy, where he gets it from, it's from his food. Just like any normal person. You look at that food, right? Tastes good because Sanji makes it, right? I just remember the time when Luffy tried to cook for the whole crew that one time, and that was so funny, and how the whole crew was just not having it. He wanted to do to protect the crew, right? He did it because he didn't want his crew to get hurt. So, basically the answer with this, right? Did Sanji betray the Straw Hat Pirates? In a sense, I guess you can say yes, he did. But in the long run, overall, no, he did not. It wasn't his intention. He wanted to keep his crew safe. And look at Sanji feeling how guilty, just feeling completely guilty about what he's done to Luffy, and Luffy's just happy to see him and happy to have his food again, as if nothing ever happened. And it kind of makes you sit there and think, Sanji's actually a really good guy after all. There's nothing wrong with him. He genuinely likes to do good things for people, especially like when he understood what it was like to starve, right? He hates seeing people starve. That's the number one thing he hates. He hates seeing people starve. So seeing his crewmate that was his closest friend, his captain, everything, the one who took him in to get him to the All Blue, like there's probably 100 million things going through his head right now with this.
So skinny.
As you saw right there, right? So let's go to this right here. Okay. Let's try this.
Buying this boat was a total no-brainer.
There.
Oh, no-brainer? If you got a new boat, the smart thing to say...
So Sanji versus Vince Smoke Judge, aka his father. Mind you, everyone, some of these are going to be in... They're going to be in Japanese, and some of them are going to be in English. So, I kind of know some Japanese, right? Been studying it, but... Yeah. Not to brag or any of that, but just be aware. Each video will be a little bit different.
好きにしろ。ならば。行くぞ。実の親を足蹴りに。強い。レイドスーツも着てないのに。
So Sanji, if you guys remember, we'll probably pull up a video in a little bit about this, but when Sanji was a kid, he got pushed around a lot. He got bullied a lot. And in the Whole Cake Island kind of series with this, in the Whole Cake Island arc, my bad, this is what happened, right? This is what happened with Sanji. His siblings pushed him around a lot, beat him up, and his father didn't want him because his father thought he was an embarrassment, which kind of makes you sit there and go like, whoa, that's a little too far, right? So right now everyone is so surprised because everyone's just known Sanji as the guy who's always getting his shit pushed in, essentially. He's just getting destroyed. But everyone's very surprised that his game is amped up quite a bit. And his father is about to be surprised as well. Imagine blocking a blade with your leg, with your shin, in real life. No thank you. And this is where he's about to get a big reality check. So this is what I was talking about earlier, where he has... Because his father was brutal to him when he was younger. Wow. He would lock him in like a cell with a helmet on and in the dark and everything. Leave him alone. Like, messed up on all levels, right? So as we look at this, it seems that there's things coming back to Sanji, a lot of bad memories, where it's sparking his anger a little bit. He literally just put a spear through one of his own guys and then shot Sanji with it. Like, wow. And during these episodes, right, and on the Whole Cake Island arc, you're gonna see that Sanji's father is just brutal, not the best kind of person, right? You kind of develop some kind of resentment towards him a little bit. And it's basically like this is almost an arranged marriage for him that he just didn't want to be a part of. That is what Sanji was was going towards and leaving his crew behind for. And this is just the sad part where that's why Sanji had to tell everyone, like tell his crew, like, hey, you cannot follow me anymore. Like, this is not going to happen. He didn't want his crew to be a part of it, to try and rescue him. Sanji's gonna save his family. This is... You already know, someone's about to get wrecked with this. Oh yeah, this is when Big Mom was like going crazy and starting to just tear the place apart. I love how Chopper stands there all high and mighty. You know what's crazy throughout this whole arc? You don't see Zoro, Robin, and Frankie and Usopp. You don't see them throughout the entire duration, almost the entire duration. And boy, oh boy, would have they would have helped a lot. See. Okay. So this is the whole thing why Sanji had to leave. He had to marry Princess Pudding, right? So this is why Sanji had to leave, and he had to basically tell the Straw Hat Pirates that they can't follow him. He doesn't want to be a part of the crew anymore. This is what he was meant to do, right? And the crazy part with this, right? Princess Pudding was planning on killing Sanji because Big Mom had told her to do that. And well, you know, she was being tactical about it, and then we get here. So let's take a look. This is where Sanji... See, in Sanji, so anyway, everyone's just sitting here thinking, oh, what is Sanji gonna think? Is he sees this third eye. He's never seen it before. And he's come into contact with Princess Pudding more than... I can't even tell you how many times. So, with that being said, this is something where he's shocked to see it, but the response he gives is something you're not going to expect. Oh yeah, she's got a gun behind her back. the whole assassination thing that I was talking about, yeah, this is what's gonna happen.
なんて美しい瞳だ。
Oh boy. Just wait. So, yeah, that was the response that came out of Sanji. His response was, wow, look at what an amazing looking eye. What a beautiful eye. There is something very significant about this, right? What Sanji did. She thought Sanji was going to be scared, but it was the complete opposite. Something that she's been hiding, and Sanji surprised her with this. And you're going to see why Princess Pudding is like this and why she starts getting emotional like this all the time.
ごめん、近くで見たらつい見とれて。何してる？
And Big Mom
遅いさ、プリン。
is wondering why the plan is not going according. I mean, is not going perfectly right now, and we're gonna see right here.
何言ってんだこいつ。
そこに現れるは肌婿サンジと初めて見るお前の第三の目。美しかった花嫁の気味の悪い素直
Already off to a bad start with that creepy real face.
を目の当たりにした瞬間、奴は一瞬たじろぐ。
So that's what I was just talking about. Here's what we're gonna kind of break down here for a minute. Princess Pudding has been told that she is scary looking, she's kind of hideous, she's creepy by Big Mom her whole life, right? That she's useless, she's nothing, she's worthless, right? Well, let's kind of compare here for a minute, because there's no contrasting, really. Nothing to contrast in any way, shape, or form with this. Sanji, as a little kid, was pretty much, tortured in a way of being beat up every day, just being told he's worthless too, being locked away in the dark all the time because he was small and he didn't have all those amazing powers like his siblings did. And he had a really bad upbringing as well. His childhood was nothing to remember, and it was definitely something one would want to forget. Princess Pudding basically has the same thing. Just being told how useless she's been her whole life. Now, this is gonna make her realize that, wow, Sanji isn't such a bad guy. I can't assassinate this guy. It's people from two different parts of the world, essentially, with the same kind of past. And honestly, the creators did a phenomenal job with this. This is what I always say. They structured One Piece perfectly. They did a phenomenal job structuring One Piece. This amazing storyline. Because we would have never been able to tell that these two would have had the same exact past as each other, right? And now they have this arranged wedding for each other.
Hey, my name is Jensen. I'm a team member at my local...
So yeah, as you saw what she said right there, they were basically being like, she's essentially not used to something like that. It took her off guard completely. Bound by blood. So look at this. See? Here we go. So, yeah, this is where Sanji's dad is confronting Luffy and asking him, what is it about my son that made you want to save him so bad? What is it about him, huh? Why would you want to save someone like this? Well, I mean, like I said earlier, right? Luffy views his crewmates as his friends, family, everything, right? And he's going to the All Blue with them. I mean, to become the king of the pirates. I am sorry, everyone. I am getting these mixed up. He's going to become king of the pirates with them. That's his ultimate goal with all that. And Luffy is not very... He's just... He doesn't like... Clearly, he doesn't like the way Sanji's dad talks about him, and, you know, Luffy views him as someone different. As someone who is his friend, his crew. It's just like it's like Sanji's dad basically just dropped these bombs on him, saying like how he's just a massive failure of a son. And you got to sit there and think, wow, Sanji's dad is kind of an asshole a little bit. You gotta... It's a messed up thing, right? And yeah, this is where Luffy's gonna respond. Luffy just does not care. He goes, okay, whatever, see you later, bro. Oh my god. I remember when I saw this, I started laughing pretty hard at this. My wife and I both started laughing at that. Absolutely hilarious. Luffy is just someone is Luffy is definitely one of the funniest characters out of any show ever.
あいつは
Me too, Jinbei.
最高じゃなお前たち。
なんでなんで
This Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has weighty edges.
It's crazy too. Sanji's dad, and this is after the whole thing on Whole Cake Island, right? But Sanji's father is asking Luffy, why would you save such a loser? And you sit there and you think, Luffy went on that hunger strike, he let Sanji beat him up, he let him do all this other stuff, right? And you gotta sit there and think, well, clearly Luffy values Sanji much more than his own father did. Which you gotta really take that in for a minute. That's something to really think about right there. And Luffy clearly just did not give two shits about what his Sanji's father said, and which is honestly kind of funny, but yeah. Luffy's like, whatever, dude, I don't care. And it's like, Sanji runs away from home, right? And he runs away from home to find a better life. And his older sister is the one that helped him. And Sanji ends up becoming a chef, learning under another chef, right? And then he ends up joining the Straw Hat Pirates, right? As he joins the Straw Hat Pirates, he becomes closer and closer to the crew. When he becomes closer to the crew, and he has to do this, basically he has to go to this arranged marriage with Princess Pudding, right? This is it was a very hard decision for him. Overall, what am I going to say? Did Sanji betray the Straw Hat Pirates? No, he really didn't. And it's crazy because, let's see. Let's go back to this right here. Let's sit and talk for a minute. It's like Sanji and Luffy, right? Very loyal, devoted individuals. Like the whole Straw Hat crew is just loyal, devoted individuals all together. They all help each other out. They've all bailed each other out. As we all know, the whole Straw Hat crew bailed Robin out when she felt like she had no purpose, right? When she was captured. And she wanted to live again because she saw that she had a whole entire, not just crew, not friends, but an entire family essentially that was out there looking out for her and saying, we want you back here. You're worth something. And Robin also had a tough childhood growing up as well. Remember that. That's a whole nother segment that we'll have to get into one day. But yeah. Everyone looks out for each other. What Sanji was doing, where he basically told all the crew, the whole Straw Hat Pirates, Luffy, telling Luffy nonstop, hey, beat it, get out of here, leave. This is what happens. And he did this because he was trying to protect the Straw Hat Pirates. That was his way of protecting them. Whereas Luffy was trying to get Sanji back and say, hey, we want you here. He has to go to the wedding. He's pretty much being forced to go to the wedding here. Right? So let's back up just a little bit on that. We'll watch that again.
つ
So Sanji feels like he has absolutely disrespected his captain, and he senses a lot of shame in that. Which, by the way, there's a lot of, to me, I see a lot of.
されてる
So, where Sanji initially started out, right, before he got to the Straw Hat Pirates, all these guys right here are in the process of they're being held hostage at the. He's also protecting the Straw Hat Pirates too, and also, like, because that's what I believe. I believe that he's trying to protect the Straw Hat Pirates as well, but he's also trying to protect. He's trying to make sure that the people that developed him, the people who took him in where he had nowhere else to go, that where they had nowhere else to go, and they have him held hostage. So this is something different. This is something that he's in a tough position, right? And most certainly, he would not want his crew to get involved in this, because not only would those people that from the Barati, I think that's how you pronounce it, the Barati, right? The restaurant ship. Not only would they probably all be executed, killed, tortured, whatever it may be, but they would probably be like the Straw Hat crew would be in a lot of trouble. Straw Hat crew would be in some deep trouble them either.
しかねえクズどもだ
Which, in all fairness, he would have nothing but resentment towards all of them because they are, I mean, well, they're pretty awful. They were shitty to him growing up. So I would get why he would feel like that, why he would not be very happy with them.
俺はお前らと一緒には帰れない理解したら聞いてくれ
So, just want to know from all of you, do you think that Sanji betrayed his crew? I know he didn't mention that he wasn't just protecting his crew as well, but I believe that he was too. There has to be more to that, because there could be issue. Because he wouldn't. The last thing he would want to see is his entire crew, the second group of people who took him in, where he had, so he can go to the All Blue and everything. He wouldn't want to see them get destroyed or get damaged, because these are some powerful individuals that are over there. That has to be another reason, along with those other three reasons that he said he's not coming back to the crew, and 3 reasons why he's leaving. So Sanji's basically realizing that Luffy's never going to give up no matter what. And, well, Luffy's calling Sanji basically a liar in this.
With Kroger Delivery, you can get fresh groceries even without a store nearby. Easily order in our app and get $25 off.
Yeah, I gotta say, right? Sanji was pretty much put in a tough situation, right? It's not like it's difficult because Sanji is essentially being put in this pickle to where there's a lot at stake here if he doesn't go through with this wedding. And it's kind of shitty to be in that kind of situation in real life, almost. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. this is just the same thing that we did the last time. So, alright. So we'll have to go from there. Ooh, here we go. Oh, wait, nope. That's not it. Ladies and gentlemen, please ignore that. Sanji versus Yonji, his older brother. Let's see. Those eyebrows, though. Ah, right there. Look at that. So he's basically looking at that right there, and he's coming back to a lot of memories. A lot of bad memories, as one would have with this. Honestly, I kind of think about it sometimes. What would it be like to have those kinds of shoes? They kind of look comfortable. I don't know about you guys. Those kinds of shoes look very comfortable.
やっと会えたな。驚いたぜ。あのサンジがまだ生きていて。
Oh, you're playing with fire.
はい。
Well, when his legs are on fire, pretty much.
遺族をやってるとはな。なんとか言えよ。消えろ。ああ？
家族との縁を切った。お前らと話す気がね
こっちにはあるんだよ。お前シャーロット家の娘との結婚を拒んでるらしいな。
Well, yeah.
出来損ないのをお前に。
Homeboy, he's trying to save your life. He's trying to... Oh, this is one of those moments where he should not be talking shit. Should not be talking shit. Yep.
選択権なんてねえんだよ。
聞こえなかった。消えろと言ったんだ。
Little lesson, right? Just in life in general. If someone you used to push around when you were younger, who used to be smaller and weaker than you, right? And you meet it, and you end up seeing them. If you push someone around like that a lot, and then you end up seeing them later on in life, it's about a 50-50 chance that they are probably not the same weak person they once were. And this is where things are about to get a little hairy and ugly.
そうかよ。じゃあお前の力で消してみな。
破るジャンブ。ワンバージュショット。
He is utterly surprised with this, knowing that his little brother that he used to beat up all the time is, well, pretty powerful.
These jobs.
So we do got that going. Oh yeah, really.
はいよ絶対に逃がしちゃダメよ麦わらのルフィだけは許すなそいつは片栗お兄ちゃんの目を盗んで逃げ出したわけじゃないの
Yeah, so this is after Luffy and Katakuri had fought each other.
よでさミロワールドで一体何が起きたか教えましょうか
Yeah, and they were in the mirror world fighting, so I think Katakuri is one of my favorite characters because of I like his powers, his mochi powers. Super, super cool.
完璧で最強で世界最高の私たちの片栗お兄ちゃんはお兄ちゃんは
Yeah, Katakuri got beat.
麦わらのルフィに負けたのよ
And the people are not happy.
なんだと片栗お前の
Oh, they are not happy. They are not happy at all. You know what's great? Sanji's running off with Luffy. Basically like the great escape almost.
無敗伝説があんな小僧に嘘だ
兄さんが負けるはずない
片栗様に敗北などあるはずがない何か卑怯な手を使ったに違いない許せ
See, this dude sucks right here.
殺せ
Oven, yeah.
切れ刻め
This guy's pretty powerful. Like, he's got some power behind him. Yeah, you definitely don't want to, you definitely don't want to get caught up with this guy.
麦わらのルフィの骨も残すな
Alright. Well, everyone, that concludes my first true live stream here with One Piece and everything, and we're going to go back to doing all that. I'm going to keep doing this a little bit more. It's going to get better. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I do appreciate this. Alright. I appreciate you all viewing this, and I will see you guys a little bit later.